Good afternoon everybody, happy Monday. I have just been food shopping. I had a little helper with me. You'll be able to tell that when we get to the biscuits. I was going to say actually maybe not so little, but yeah, Kev's been shopping with me today because he's had the day off, and you'll be able to tell Kev was shopping with me when we get to the treats part. However, we have not been food shopping for 10 days, so it was a week ago Thursday. So yeah, 10 days since we last went food shopping. We sorted the freezer out before we went shopping. Kev's just cleaning out the fridge, but we did the freezer. Kev, I think that melon is no good. Is it alright or not? Oh, that's okay. Yeah, anyway, so Kev's just sorting out the fridge now. Before we left, we sorted out the freezer because the freezer was completely rammed and no one really knew what was in there. So we went through it. We've got 4 packs of chicken thigh fillets that Kev got reduced at the co-op a few nights ago. Okay, 1 thing of breast, 3 things of thighs, he's just corrected me. There's a whole cottage pie made up, already cooked in there, frozen. There's a tub of chilli, cooked and frozen. Yeah, so we sorted out the freezer and then went shopping with that in mind. So there isn't a lot of meat here, but I will tell you what meals we're making with what we've got in the freezer. Well, there was also a tray of chicken breasts in the fridge as well because we had Chinese last night and I got out 2 packs of chicken breasts and then barely anyone was at home. So that's happening more often than not these days. It's frustrating as hell, but a lot of the time we have no idea who's going to be eating. So we send out a little WhatsApp message most afternoons, who's home for tea, and a lot of the time they're at their girlfriends or they're eating out, or they're doing something. So we're having to start to shop a little bit differently, but not differently, like because there's no routine to it. You just don't know. So tonight everyone is home for tea and we've got 1 tray of 1 kilogram chicken breast in the fridge. That's going to be tonight's dinner. And then yeah, I tried to do shopping for the rest of the week but without going crazy and use up what we've got. Also tried to get out as much of it as possible in the first hit. So to start with, I've got 2 milks, 1 strawberry milkshake because it gave me loads of points. I've got some of these Munch Bunch Squash'ems yogurts, some Yo Valley yogurts, and these really cheap ones. I've never bought these before. Kev spotted them and he said pick these up for Riley because Riley hates yogurts with bits in and these appear to have no bits. So those ones I'm going to try Riley on. I then got a pack of Muller Corners for dessert one day. Kev's going to put this away as I'm going through it. We've got chorizo to go with the chicken that's in the fridge and we're having a chicken and chorizo paella for tea tonight that Kev's going to make. Coleslaw is to go with the mince and that's going to do lasagna. I've got 2, we were supposed to have lasagna last week but we ended up using the mince as chilli and we all had chilli before we went, chilli and jacket potatoes before we went to the carnival. So I'm going to do the lasagna that we were going to have last week, this week. We've also got 2 packs of meatballs. I cannot stand meatballs, but the kids really enjoy them. So they're going to have meatballs and spaghetti one evening. I've got ham to go in sandwiches, and Riley likes them in paninis. And I picked up another packet of bacon. So Kev just said we've got another whole pack in the fridge as well. So I've got plenty of bacon for bacon sandwiches, paninis, etc. Butter, just because we needed some more butter. Tortellini for Riley's hot flask for school. I used to go through quite a lot of this sort of thing, and we don't seem to go through as much of it anymore because, like I say, the teenagers tend to be here, there and everywhere. But these were currently on offer for £1.75 for 2, which Kev was like, do you really pay that much? And I'm like, sometimes I pay more because they're not on offer. But this is, I think this is the first time you've been shopping really for a while, isn't it, Kev?
Yeah, well, I know the price of it because I'm doing for work, but
yeah, he knows it from his suppliers at work that the prices are going up, but going around the supermarket doing our weekly food shop, he's a bit like, wow, when did it get so expensive? But I've got chicken and bacon, puff pastries and chicken tikka. They just go in the fridge and, you know, they're there for snacks for mainly the older ones. Or if they haven't had tea and they're hungry, they can have one of those. I've got some cheese for sandwiches and cooking with. 2 lots of garlic baguettes to go with the lasagna. Pass all this to Kev to put away. Cheese spread for sandwiches. stripper cheeses are currently on offer for £1.50, so they're a good price. And cheese strings that I had been having to go and buy next door in B&M are currently on offer for £2. So they just go in the fridge for snacking and Riley's lunchbox. Kev wanted this seriously strong cheese spread. I've got 1 strawberry and 2 chocolate of the Happy Monkey milkshakes that the little ones really enjoy. And that's it for fresh. And then onto frozen, just a couple of bits. I've got some fruit split ice lollies, some knobbly bobblies. I buy these saying they're Sienna's favourites. And then every time they're in the freezer, who do I see eating them the most? Jamie. So apparently they're not just Sienna's favourites, they're Jamie and Sienna's favourites. So I've got 1 pack of knobbly bobblies and 1 pack of fruit lollies. That's enough for a dessert after tea one evening, or if sometimes they like to come in from school and have an ice cream. I've got some frozen cauliflower because I want to make a cauliflower and broccoli cheese. Now I'm going to I don't like to keep talking about the price rises because everyone's talking about it, and you know, talking about it's not going to make it change, and we just got to get on with it. But how expensive and how small are fresh cauliflowers? I mean, it's quite ridiculous. Not only that, but I also wanted to get frozen broccoli, but I think everyone's buying frozen broccoli because they didn't have any. So we were going to pop into Aldi, and then we drove home, got all the way home, sat on the driveway and went, oh, we were meant to go to Aldi for the few bits that we didn't get in Sainsburys. But yeah, I wanted some frozen broccoli as well because broccoli and cauliflower are so expensive. I put 2 small heads of broccoli into the weighing scales and it was about £1.30, and obviously half of it's, well, more than half of it's stalk. So yeah, I'm going to go for trying out frozen cauliflower and broccoli for when I'm making cauliflower and broccoli cheese. I'm tripping over my tongue. And then I've got some chicken steaks for chicken wraps. So there's 2 boxes of those. They were on my prices for £1.50, so that's even cheaper than Aldi's. I've picked this up to try. I think it looks delicious. Black Forest Gatto flavoured porridge is in there for their festive Christmas range. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to give that a go because that looks pretty delicious. So I'll tell you next week whether that was nice or not. And then cereal-wise, got some Cocoa Pops, some chocolate hazelnut squares, and some honey nut cornflakes. So, you know, healthy cereal, not. And then on to cupboard bits, I've got the Spanish paella rice for tonight's tea. Stuffing, right, another thing. I'm going to make a roast dinner this week, but I'm not paying the prices of meat in Sainsburys. It was ridiculous. £15 for a small joint of beef, and between £9 and £10 for a small joint of pork when the majority of it was fat. So I'm going to have a look at Aldi's. When I go to Aldi's, I'm going to have, maybe Kev said about maybe having a look at the butchers, see what, I mean, I might just put out a post on Facebook, see what other people are doing at the moment about meat, because it's crazy. Kev's throwing stuff out the cupboards. I definitely desperately want to have a roast dinner this week, but I am not going to pay that price. I'm going to have a little shop around, but I did pick up the bits that I would need to go with a roast dinner. So I've got stuffing mix, applesauce, I've got 2 things of rice for the cupboard, just because we just keep this in the cupboard anyway. Kev needed coffee, so he's got this one. I guess that one was on offer.
It was half price to £3.
Half price to £3. You heard it here first. Spaghetti to go with the meatballs. This was on clearance. I've never seen it before. American hot and spicy gravy granules. It was 28p a sachet. Kev's just going to whack it in the cupboard. Probably won't eat it until like a barbecue next summer. But it was clearance, so it's obviously been discontinued. 28p. Tomato puree, needed that. Mixed fruit. So yesterday, if you watched yesterday's daily video, we were going to make a Christmas cake, but we didn't quite buy enough ingredients for it. So we picked up a big bag of this luxury mixed fruit, and I think we're going to make it, I'm going to make it either tomorrow or Wednesday when the kids are at school. The fun of the Christmas cake for the kids is decorating it. So I'm just going to get on and make it, because I've never made one before, when they're not here. And then when it comes to nearer to Christmas, they can decorate it. So yeah, I got a bag of that. I think that was £3, wasn't it, Kev?
Yes.
There was this one for £3 and then there was another one for £5.
Well, fruit cakes are quite expensive because with what fruit I brought yesterday as well, you're probably looking at about £10 to make a fruit cake.
Yeah, you are. It's not cheap, but it's something.
More than that, depends how much brandy you're going to feed it with as well.
Well, probably quite a lot. But anyway, it's something I've never done before and I fancy giving it a go. Got this sauce to go on top of Riley's pasta, gravy granules, chicken gravy granules. This is expensive, but it's a necessity for making chicken. Well, lots of meals, yeah. I use it for the chicken and leek pie that I make, and that's going to be one of the meals that I'm going to do this week. But I'm going to use 5 fillets and I'm going to cook it in the slow cooker and see how that turns out. It's probably a good thing actually, Kev, we've got extra bacon, because I forgot I need bacon for that as well. But this is £1.75 for that little tiny tin of mustard powder. But there's no own brand. I mean, if anyone has managed to get mustard powder cheaper than that, if there's any shops that I don't know of that do like their own brand of it, let me know, because £1.75 for that tiny tin, shocking. Roasted red pepper pesto, honey for chicken honey noodles. We're going to do that again this week because the kids all enjoyed that. Baked beans, white lasagna sauce. Yes, I know it's easy to make a white sauce. I just don't like it as much as I like the stuff that comes out of a jar. So I always make the red sauce, but I always buy the white sauce to go on top. 2 tins of chopped tomatoes. I normally buy a 4-pack like I do with the beans, but they didn't have any. 2 tins of spaghetti hoops, because the kids took half of our tins into school for the Harvest Festival. They all raided the cupboard and took about 3 tins each. Tomato ketchup and Worcester sauce. So that's all my cupboard bits. And this is where you see that Kev was shopping with me. Look how many biscuits. So we've got plain chocolate digestives. We got these as a treat for summer because she loves Lotus Biscoff. So those were on offer for £1, so we thought we'll pick those up for her. Bourbon creams, shortcake, custard creams, mini biens for lunch boxes, custard donuts, because they gave me loads of extra points. That's why I bought them. They gave me loads of points and I said the kids can have them as an after school snack. Apple pies for Kev. The kids are loving animal biscuits at the moment, the little ones, and they're on my prices for 80p, so I've got 2 packs of them. And then Felicity randomly said to me yesterday, my favourite chocolate bar is a Whippy. Not a Whippy, what are they called? Milky Way. Milky Way. And I was like, oh, is it? Kev says he gave her one. I've never given her one, but he said he gave her one the other day when they were out. And she really enjoyed it, so I picked up some of those. Some double takes and some crispy wafers for lunch boxes. And these were on offer for £2 a pack, which is an absolute bargain. So I picked up, they were actually marked as clearance. I think it was £2.07. But I picked up, there was 3 boxes left and I picked up 2 of them. Riley made shortbread biscuits yesterday for his homework, but he has to decorate them as like Sonic, Mario, gaming characters. So we picked up this. I thought this was a really good price. It's a pack of coloured fondant icing and it was £2.30. So he's got that to do after school. They had like a big promotional aisle end of all this Minion stuff. Sienna loves Minions. We've still not actually watched the new movie yet. And Banana Angel Delight. But it's got a picture of a Minion on the front. She's going to go wild for that. So I'll do that as dessert one day. Kev's going to make us a trifle this afternoon because we got some reduced strawberries and Kev said he's going to make us a trifle. Then on to bottles. I've got 2 bottles of water. One of them I've already drunk half of it. Kev got himself a beer, a big bottle of squash. I've got wraps and a plain white loaf, just one plain white loaf. Some disposable piping bags because Kev always gets cross because we've never got a piping bag. We've got all the nozzles but don't seem to have the bag anymore, so we just got some disposable ones. I've got myself some pineapple and coconut juice drink. It's really nice. I really enjoy that. Even better if you add Malibu to it, but I'm just going to drink it as it is. I've got some Snacker Jacks because they're nice and they're low calorie, and I am, you know, I say this all the time, I really need to lose some blooming weight. I've got some Sun Bites for the kids because they like those, just 1 pack of 6, and Kev's got a packet of his favourite What's It Crunchies. And that's everything for cupboard, fresh and frozen. I've just got the fruit and veg and non-food. Look at the size of these apples. These are on offer at the moment. Royal Gala apples for £1 a pack. This is a fairly good sized pepper against those apples. They are absolutely massive, so I picked up 2 packs of those. However, this is our fruit bowl from last week. We've been keeping the fruit in the fridge because of fruit flies, but now the weather has chilled off, the fruit flies aren't a problem so much, so Kev has just sorted out the fridge and that's how much fruit was in the bottom of the fruit drawer. So now it's back in the fruit bowl on the table. It potentially get eaten more. Our kids aren't big lovers of fruit. I mean, they get their vegetables in their dinners, but they're not huge fruit fans, apart from Summer, who likes an apple, and Sienna, who likes a satsuma. Kev, were the satsumas that were in there no good, or she eaten them all?
No, they was in the fruit bowl. They weren't in the fridge.
Oh, well, they're gone horrible. Oh, I still need some. I thought we had Satsumas, and Sienna loves them, so I'll pick some of those up when I go to Aldi. But for this week, so far, I've got 2 bags of apples to add to that bowl of loads of apples, a big bunch of bananas, 1 bag of carrots. I did buy a bag of carrots the day before yesterday when we had to pick up a few bits, and there's still half a bag in the fridge, so I've got plenty of carrots. I've got some curly kale to go with the chicken pie, just 1 lone pepper because the peppers were not great in there today, were they, Kev? You picked one up.
I through them, and some of them were mouldy.
Yeah, some of them were a bit manky. So we only picked up what we needed for today, which was 1 pepper to go in the paella. I've got a bigger Savoy cabbage. I mean, those you can definitely see the seasons are changing because peppers are, you know, a bit naff, but you're getting nice, great big. What is that inside that?
Probably a slug.
Oh, actually, Kev, I think there's bugs inside. There's definitely bugs. What are that?
Oh, yeah, there's a slug.
Oh, please get rid. Oh, Kev. So yeah, there's nice seasonal fruit, and it comes with freebie pets.
It's a cabbage. They got on the ground.
I know that, but still, I didn't expect to see just those 2 just sat there staring at me.
Shopping, you have to watch it.
They wanted their camera time, didn't they? They wanted a bit of limelight. Yeah, so yeah, you get nice seasonal, big juicy cabbages, big leafy cabbages, I should say, and they come. Oh, look, there's another one there, and they come with free pets. So make sure you wash them first. Also, you get nice big giant Swedes, and I love mashed Swede and carrot. So some green veg with pets. Kev's rummaging around in the cupboards, putting everything away. And Swede, well, I've lost one more train of thought what I was saying. Right, carrots and kale, peas, maybe sweet corn, whatever I've got in the freezer are going with the pie. Cabbage, carrots, Swede. I would like parsnips. They didn't have any. Well, they did, but they were tiny. I'm going to put with the roast that I don't even have meat for yet, but I will have meat for by the time I make a roast, obviously. I've got frozen cauliflower. I'm going to get frozen broccoli to make cauliflower and broccoli cheese. So yeah, that's the veg for those 2 meals. We've got potatoes, tons of potatoes in the cupboard that need using up. So I've got plenty of potatoes to make roast potatoes. I got a pack of reduced strawberries. That was down to £1.50. They're going to be chopped up and put in the bottom of the trifle. I've got an iceberg lettuce to go in sandwiches and wraps. Kev got some Thai basil. I mean, I didn't know there was different types of basil until today. That's for tonight's paella. I've got some mushrooms. That will go in lasagna, other meals through the week that needs mushrooms. That's, ignore that, that's Felicity's medicine for her tummy. I've got plums for the kids to try again. Like I said, they're not massive fruit fans, but they used to love plums. I mean, Sienna, how many times do I buy green beans because I say on the vlog Sienna's favourite is green beans? Well, she doesn't like them anymore. It's a bit like that. There's that meme, isn't there, about you can buy 10 bunches of bananas and they're gone in a day. Then the next week buy 20 bunches of bananas and they go brown. It's a bit like that with plums. But I thought I'd give plums a whirl as they're in season. I'm talking loud because Kev's rustling. I've got grapes, a lemon. I need the zest and juice of a lemon for my Christmas cake. Some red onions. And onto non-food items, I picked up this expensive toothpaste because it was on offer from £7 to £4, so I thought I'd give it a go. I did have a look on Amazon at the reviews and it's had quite a lot of good reviews, so I thought whilst it's £4, I'll give that a go. Kev picked up this Arm and Hammer Advanced White Pro. That was on offer for £1.50. Some shower gel. Kev loves the shower gel, just don't put it on your knackers, he says. Imperial Leather Bubble Bath. The Imperial Leather shower gels are really good, so I imagine the bubble bath will be nice as well. Kev wanted to pick up some mouthwash. I'm not a fan of mouthwash, to be fair. I don't really like using it, but Kev does, so he picked up mouthwash, and I said if you're going to pick up adult mouthwash you have to pick up kids mouthwash because Sienna will use the adult one otherwise, so you've got to make sure you've always got a kids one as well. So we got both of those mouthwashes and Fairy Liquid, because yesterday we had to go to the shop to buy washing up liquid and they only had really expensive Fairy that I refused to pay £4 for, or the cheap stuff, and it's just naff, so it's got to be Fairy. And that is everything we've got from Sainsburys. However, we do need to go to Aldi. So we were supposed to go to Aldi because in Aldi we need paninis, tuna, because tuna is quite a fair bit cheaper in Aldi than what it is in Sainsburys. And Sainsburys, they only had tuna steaks, didn't they? They didn't have any tuna chunks.
Yeah.
What else was it we needed? Oh, I saw a thing on Facebook saying that Aldi are now doing nibbly nobblies, which are basically Aldi's version of knickknacks. So we wanted to see if they had any of those. Broccoli, frozen broccoli, and parsnips if they've got bigger ones, because the ones in Sainsburys were teeny little
If
things.
not, I do like the Aunt Betty's honey roast ones.
Oh yeah, the frozen honey roast parsnips, they are good, the Aunt Bessie's ones, I'll give you that. So yeah, there's a few little bits I need to get from Aldi, but Sainsbury's receipts. It came to, looking forward to next week's shop, because next week it's payday weekend, so we get a higher discount. But this shop came to £139. Now he's going to boil the blooming kettle. £139.96. We got £13.99 discount. So it came to £125.97. But you know, that did include things like the expensive toothpaste, and the piping bags were £3, weren't they?
Yeah, there's probably about 15 quid worth of stuff we wouldn't normally get.
Yeah,
but then we haven't got a joint to meet in that yet, so.
No, but then Riley's got his fondant icing, the fruit for the Christmas cake. So yeah, it was a few extra things in there that we wouldn't normally get. £125. Still need to go to Aldi, still need a joint of meat. So by the time I've done Aldi and got a joint of meat, probably going to be another 20 quid. So that will put us up to 145, which I still think is a fairly good price, considering the cost of living at the moment, considering the prices are so high. Anyway, I'm going to let Kev boil the kettle to make the trifle. Thank you for watching, and we will see you all next week with a grocery haul. But obviously we're here every day at the moment with Vlogtober, so we will see you all very soon.